Hey guys, good morning. So I had an interesting experience. Yesterday was hard. I'm not gonna lie. This inauguration of this fake president and all the fake people that were there. I didn't watch it. I kind of perused it. It was on a little pop-up screen on my computer, and so I kind of just watched it from a distance. Didn't listen to any of the commentary for the media shills, and I had kind of a realization. Well, anyway, so it was a rough day. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was depressed. I was feeling bad all day, and everybody was. My wife was feeling off, my daughter even feeling bad, and so I went to bed. And I actually listened to Laura Eisenhower last night. I'll try to link the video because I saw that it was up. Sometimes her stuff gets taken down, but it's with that Elena lady, the one with the extraterrestrial contacts. Anyway, they were talking to her, and they um, the guy who's on there, David Rodriguez, he's an ex-professional boxer, but he he was pretty upset too. I mean, he was really upset. He's really upset about the whole thing. And she said that she had an experience with her guide, her protector, um, Thorhan is his name. He's a Palladian, and he told her that they returned in 2018. She was in Ireland, and that's where she lives. And she's from France, but she was in Ireland. And in 2018, she saw UFOs. It was a big deal. A lot of people saw them. It was like an incident there, and you can look it up. And she said, and it's like it was in the newspapers and everything. Plane saw them. Air traffic control saw them on the radar. So she they were coming to see her because they had not seen her in a long time. It had been many years because they were off doing things. So anyway, so she said that Thorhan said that something very important was going to happen, and this was in 2018. This was November 2018. Something very important was going to happen in 2 years, and she was like, "Well, okay, let me think. You're talking about the elections?" The U.S. elections, and they were like, yes. And she said, well, is Trump going to win, or and they or something like that, and he said Trump is going to be selected by the people. And she was like, oh, okay. Well, then December comes along, December 2020, and she stays in contact with him, telepathically. You'd have to hear the whole story. She has an implant in her head. I know it sounds crazy, you guys. I know it sounds crazy, but I believe her. She's really believable. Really sweet, kind lady. And so she asked him, like, what the heck, this December here, this is not looking good for Trump. And he said Trump was selected by the people, but they the people need to see the evil. And so that was kind of, a relief because I more or less feel that way about the whole thing. That, you know, but last night, I mean, I'm still upset about it. I went to bed, worrying, and just all this old stuff. At 2 a.m. I woke up and I'm thinking about, basically, you know how that 2 a.m. thinking goes. All the negative thinking. Well, how I'm a failure, and I haven't succeeded in anything really, and just that dark night of the soul kind of thing. And I remembered what Paul from Pockets of the Future would say about, in the middle of the night, it's good to sit up and do a meditation. I laid there for a while thinking, I'm just trying to go back to sleep. I could not go back to sleep. So I sat up and I did a meditation, and it was really good. I felt transmission pretty strong, and um, went back to sleep. Woke up kind of groggy because I didn't really get enough sleep. I have to get up and get food ready and everything for my daughter. And but so I went out and did my meditation this morning, and I just felt like the thought of this is just the beginning. This is the beginning. We are just at the beginning. And so I I remembered something this lady I listened to. She's a Vedic astrologer. And she said that the age of Aquarius is actually not for about 30 more years. We don't enter the age of Aquarius until about 30 years from now. And that's supposed to be like the golden age. So I don't know if that's true or not. That's what she claims. Vedic astrology is more accurate than Western astrology. And that's why she switched from to Vedic astrology. But I don't know if that's true. I don't care really. But the truth is, right now, like what I see is we're at the beginning. This is the beginning. This is what we prepared for. This is what we've been training for. This would be like um, getting in line for the marathon and then walking over and and quitting. Like we've been training for the marathon. This is when it begins. This is the beginning of the marathon. This isn't the end. This is just the very beginning. And I just feel like there's a lot of things. I'm trying to keep this coherent. But number one thing, keep our energy high. This is one thing she said last night, Selena said, and it's something I've been thinking a lot about, is just keep that vibration high. Keep your vibration as high as possible. And fear is the mind killer, right? It it just takes you out. Fear drops your energy faster than anything else. And the whole system, I know we've talked about this so much. I'm not going to go into it, but the system is all about inducing fear. Because they know that fear is the thing, right, that can keep us at the lowest level. They want us operating at just a barely functional level, okay? And so, and this Elena said that too. The fear is the thing. That's the thing that keeps us down. It keeps us at a low vibration. And so was thinking of like a light bulb. Think of yourself as like a light bulb. And when you start feeling depression and start feeling low energy and low, sleep, get good sleep, get good nutrition, exercise, those kind of things. But I'm just talking about in general. Just imagine turning the light bulb up, the dimmer switch up. That seems to help me. I'm going to try to do that more. But anyway, this morning, so I had this thought of meditation. This is just the beginning, and I get up and I walk into the house, and my wife started watching these kind of Christian, kind of truth teller Christian. It's got more of a Christian leaning thing, like prophecy kind of things. And she has this lady on there, and she has it paused, and it says, "This is just the beginning." The title of her video was, "This is just the beginning," and she had just posted it a couple hours ago. So I was like, okay, that's confirmation right there. Not that it's nice to get confirmation, but so this is the beginning in a lot of ways, because Trump was viciously attacked and harangued for 4 years. It was like a pack of dogs biting at his heels for 4 years. And Biden is going to have all of the support of all of these dogs. He's going to have all the support, but Biden is going to have a microscopic spotlight on him like no other president has had. And I'm saying this not because of the media, but because of all of the people who are following along with Trump, watching him get attacked, all the good things he did in spite of being attacked. Biden is going to be under the microscope of 75, 80 million patriots. They're going to be watching him like a hawk. Not only the patriots, but everybody around the world. You've got a lot of patriots in other countries. I remember how they're having all the marches for Trump, and they were in other countries they were having marches for Trump and celebrations for Trump. And um, so Biden is going to be under intense scrutiny. And like I said, it's not going to be from the media. You're not going to hear the media talking bad about him, bashing him. I'm talking about just people watching. And, there will be a carryover. There's people still that are shifting in consciousness, shifting to these higher levels of consciousness, and they start to see things more clearly. See, they're in a fog. Um, this lady Alina calls it the mind matrix, the mind tricks, or something like that. And so they figured out how to throw a net over our consciousness, and they're using this net to pull us, to keep us pulled down. And they they're just, it's just being exposed. There's going to be exposure at a massive level. And I really believe, I mean, I want to believe that this isn't going to take very long. I'm thinking a few months of Biden is going to be enough to just push people, a lot of people. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyway, that was just a positive thought. This is just the beginning. This is what we trained for. This is why we do our spiritual practice. This is it right here, okay? Hold the high vibration, love and light. We're not gonna bend to violence. We're not gonna do the thing they want us to do. They want us to riot. They want us to do armed marches on the Capitol. They want us to, uh, join militias and scare up stuff. That's what they want. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're going to go to the heart. We're going to go to the center. We're going to turn the light bulb up all the way. We're going to shine as bright as we possibly can wherever we're at, and that's going to be the deal. That's going to be the deal breaker for this whole thing. It's going to break the cabal's back, because they think they're in a position of power right now. They're in a position of weakness, because now we see all the rats. We see them. We flip the light on in the kitchen, and all the rats are standing there looking at us. We know they're there. Now all we got to do is just clean them out. All right, guys. Love you. And